had a lesson for 2 years, and this is her first time since like high school. How do you feel performing?
It's exhilarating, a little nerve-wracking.
Yes, isn't it wonderful? So this piece, did you pick, or did someone ask you, or were you working on before?
I learned it kind of for fun.
For fun, okay. So tell the audience what's Widmung.
So the English translation of this piece is dedication, and it's an arrangement by Franz Liszt, who was a friend of Schumann, of this first song of a series of songs called Myrthen that he wrote as a wedding gift for his wife Clara Schumann.
Mm-hmm.
And Clara actually really hates this arrangement. She thinks it's too intense and technical and kind of a show off of technique, but it's very well known, and I personally think it's beautiful.
Yes. Again, this was a wedding gift to Clara, and as many of you would know, that Robert and Clara had a kind of a turmoil of their love, because Clara's father was what? You know that story. You know? He didn't approve their relationship, and he would do anything to break them up. So he would send Clara away for months, and they probably sometimes didn't see for 6 months, and that's where he's all the piano pieces his fantasy and all those are pouring out to Clara, you know. And the year that when this was written, 1940, is the year of songs. And Schumann was a composer who would just be obsessed writing piano pieces all his 20s. So up to almost the Faschingschwank, Opus 20. I know this is Opus 25, that's the only thing, but most of that until Opus 26 is literally piano solo pieces. And then the songs came up in 1940, and then that year he had poured out all these more than 100 songs. And this is, as you said, this is the song cycle called Myrthen, which is, the translation is what is it? You don't know? That's myrtles, the little white flower that they would often decorate it for weddings. And so there's 20 some songs in there. And this is the very first song that it's all about Clara. It's about what? The translation of, it's already there. You are my soul, you're my heart, Herz, and you're my joy, and you're my sad, and then you made me, feel much better person, It's all about admiring and how happy he is finally that Clara's birthday, 16th birthday, he was given this to day before so that they could get married. In Germany, I think they were allowed women to get married without parents' permission when they're turning 16. So think about it, 30-year-old Schumann, so happy, and he just poured out his heart. And you have to show that. You have to show that through the piece. I know it's kind of virtuosic in the middle, but it's a little too virtuosic and too aggressive. You have to have that loving feeling into it, okay? So we're going to work on a little bit more of that. Have you heard this original song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your accompanying is that's accompanying, and then the right hand, what listed was, he would, put the melody on top, and can we start the beginning? Yeah. This. It's a little blurry, and then we want to hear that rhythm a little bit, but if you're using that full deep pedal throughout, it's, yeah. Yes. like mixing up those, and then we can't hear your melody. We hear it, but your accompaniment doesn't, articulate enough.
Okay.
Can you just, I'm gonna play your top and octave up. Can you just play these accompaniments? So I'm gonna be your singer. Okay, ready? What you're going to be doing with the same fingering, I would practice that to make it really practice just for accompaniment, okay? Don't just play like the whole thing together, then you can't really hear it. Can you think of that like a little under and then more singing of your melody part more? Everything gets too loud and you're opening up the very, unnecessarily like loud. So if you could just change a little bit there, one more time from that theme. He does, again, he's giving now the left hand the melody to go on, and I think you're a bit aggressively going on. What do you think that the dynamic here is? I know the beginning is mezzo forte, and I don't think we should open up like this. Oh, can you think of what do you hear in that? Do you hear singer, or do you hear cello, or what do you hear?
I think first part female singer, second part male singer.
Yes. Yeah. So can you make it a little more gentler? It's a love song. It's like Schumann's like saying, "Oh, you're my soul, you're my heart," and you don't want to say, "You're my soul, you're my," you're not. It's the most happiest moment in his life, 1940. Can you imagine? He was fighting with, in the court actually with the Frederick Wick. Mr. Wick was tiger dead. I mean, he would do anything for Clara to, be successful and to conquer that love. Can you imagine how much the troubles that he had to go through? And I think it's the the most happiest moment in his life. You gotta show that in here, okay? We do from there on the front, kind of a cushiony kind of thumb. So, not da da rather than that. Can we make? So I would go over your left hand more, gentler. Too involved and try to express too much, they're not going to get that. Okay? Can we? You're my rest. You're my peace. Yes, the baseline, beautiful. little slower. What do you think, audience? Isn't it? Yeah, it's okay to be a little slow. It's not to show off, like, you know, the technique here. I know Liz wrote a lot of like liberated, Virgin for us. We were so excited, but again, take time, and then this, I know you're a little uncomfortable with. You work on it, and then can you go from there, tiny bit, like we need to breathe, okay? So, don't think about your triplet. I would follow my right hand.